Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Wanted to do the first in a series of these Q&A videos that I've been talking about for a few days. I got some great questions from this group specifically, so I'm pretty excited about going through some of these. So the first question that we're going to address in this video is the question of calories or macros. Differences, why you want to track one or the other, why they're both important, and on and on and on. So essentially, the way that I like to talk about calories and macros and kind of tie them together is to think about what you're wanting to do. So let's assume here that you guys care about body composition goals. So you are concerned with the ratio of muscle mass and fat on your body at a given weight. So that is going to be determined by macronutrients. Your weight itself is going to be determined by the amount of calories that you take in. So if you want to think about it this way, every day, depending on whatever your goal is, you have a bucket to hold your calories. So if you can consume 2,500 calories a day, then your bucket will hold 2,500 calories. Think about it that way. That is going to determine if you eat over the amount in that bucket. If you eat more than that bucket can hold, it's going to spill over, and you are going to gain weight. So spillover equals gaining weight. If you eat less than that bucket holds, you're going to lose weight. So if you don't fill the bucket completely up, you're going to lose weight. If you fill the bucket up to the brim without letting it spill over, you're going to maintain your weight. So at 2,500 calories a day, in this example, is your maintenance calories. Over that is putting you in a caloric surplus, and under that is putting you in a caloric deficit. So with all of that being said, you now determine what you want to do. So if you're concerned with your body composition, and let's say that your bucket holds 2,500 calories is your muscle gain bucket. It means that puts you in a slight surplus. So at 2,500 calories, you're going to gain a little bit of muscle, or gain a little bit of weight, I should say. So now we need to make sure that that weight is actually muscle mass. And the way to do that is by the macronutrient ratios that we use, the specific amount of each macronutrient that we use to fill that bucket. So we have protein, carbs, and fat. And I think we probably talked about this before. Protein is going to ensure that you are giving your body adequate amino acids to build and or maintain lean muscle tissue. Carbohydrate is going to ensure that you have enough energy for your training, and food variety and such. And then fat is going to make sure that you have optimal hormone production and hormone function. So to fill our calorie bucket, we will first decide how much protein we need to have. So let's say you weigh 200 pounds. So we're going to make it easy and say, in order to maintain and or build lean mass, you need to have 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So there is 200 grams of protein. You have 4 calories in every gram of protein, so that's going to be the thing that's filling your bucket, which means that protein is going to cost you 800 calories out of your 2,500 calorie bucket. So now if you take that and you remove that 800 calories from your 2,500 calories, you are now left at 1,700 calories. So now you have 1,700 calories left in your bucket to hit your calorie goal for the day, and we still need to take care of our carbohydrate and our fat intake. So next, it's kind of the easiest thing to do is to set up your fat intake. So I like to use a percentage just to ensure that you get enough fat, but not so much that it's limiting your carb intake. So that percentage typically is somewhere around 20 to 25 to 30% of your daily caloric load in fat. That ensures optimal hormone function. That ensures that you have enough fat just to go along with the food you're going to eat. So that's not, you're going to have some fat to kind of play with. So all I'm going to do is take your total calories for the day. I have my handy dandy phone calculator over here because I don't want to try to do this on the fly. And we are going to say 2,500 calories, and we want 25% of that to come from fat. So multiply by 0.25 gives us 625 calories for fat. Now we know that each gram of fat has 9 calories. So we're going to divide that 625 by 9, which is going to give us 69, essentially 70 grams of fat per day. So now we have 200 carbs and 70 grams of fat per day for a total let's see here. 5, 2, that is 1,425 calories out of our 2,500 calorie bucket. Now all we have to do is take our 2,500 calories, subtract our calories that we have already figured for protein and fat, or for protein and fat. So that is going to be 1,425. That leaves us 1,075 calories for carbs. We're going to divide that by 4, which is the grams of carbs, or calories per gram of carb, which leaves us with 268 grams of carbohydrate. So now, if you go back through and we add up the calories from each macronutrient, let's see here, and 625. So we have 800 calories from carbs, 800 plus 625 calories from fat, plus 1,075 calories from carbohydrate. That gives us, hang on here, we have 800 calories from protein. We have 625 calories from fat, and we have 1,075 calories from carbohydrate, which gives us 2,500 calories. So we have now found out macronutrients that fit within that calorie bucket, which means long story short, this is a super long video. Long story short, if you hit your targeted macro numbers, you're going to hit your calories because macros inherently have calories. So I just essentially showed you how to figure out macronutrient numbers and how they both, in the end, if I give you macronutrient numbers and I say your macros are 200 protein, 70 fat, and 268 grams of carbs per day, and your calories are 2,500, they're both the same thing. The macronutrients are just determining what's going to fill that calorie bucket. So I hope that made sense. YouTube won't let me upload a video much longer than this. So there's question number 1 answered. I hope that was not more confusing than what it was worth. And hopefully that helps some. More follow-up question answer things to come. We'll talk soon. Bye.